Namaskar, good afternoon. Professor Prashant Ghosh, Head, Department of Economics, who I come to realize that is from the same native area from which we all hail. Other faculty members of the Department of Economics, University of Allahabad, Professor Sudhakar Panda, former Vice Chancellor, Birla Global University, Bhubaneswar, and my teacher, distinguished invitees from the academia and friends. I'm truly honored and in fact overwhelmed to be invited to interact with you. It doesn't come my way every day. I don't, in my way of making a living, this is like a luxury. And imagine the privilege of coming to one of the oldest universities of modern India, known as the Oxford of the East. This is a rare privilege. Thank you very much. So I'm going to make a presentation to commemorating India having aged 75 years. Usually I'm available in a monologue mode where I keep on talking and you try to fight sleep. But today I'm available in an interactive mode. So if at any time you have a question, don't wait till my whole speech is over. Please stop me when you like and ask. If you don't have a question, that's even better. Just fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the show. So I'll show you a few slides and tell you the story of India till today. So this presentation is actually divided into three parts. One is some stylized facts about India in its journey till today. In the middle, I'll talk to you about what is called monetary policy, which is the way I make my living. And then I'll end with a few challenges that face India in its journey into the future. So just to give you a sense of comparison, they say that if you take the life of the whole universe and compare it to a journey of 100 kilometers, you will not encounter life till you have crossed the 78th kilometer. And the whole story of man is the last 1 or 2 meters. Okay, so seen in that extraterrestrial perspective, the journey of India over these last 75 years has been quite astonishing. In fact, between 2006 and just before this COVID-19 pandemic, India had lifted 300 million people out of poverty, the biggest rate of poverty reduction anywhere in the world. Okay. The Indian economy is today a world leader in every agricultural produce that we need. The first, second, or third. In manufacturing, we are now world leaders in several items. For instance, we produce the maximum number of tractors in the world. We are the 5th largest car exporters today. We are in the top 10 smartphone exporters in terms of the goods. In terms of services, India's advantage in IT, for instance, is well known. We are known as the back office of the world, just like China is known as the shop floor of the world, the manufacturing shop floor. So this is all that we've achieved. It might look small today, and all of us are really, being true patriots, are not happy with where we are going, but these are all the achievements that have so far been clocked. So it's not a mean journey. In fact, in 2021, the year of the pandemic or the second wave, India has emerged as the biggest rice exporter of the world, in spite of container shortages and everything. And it is now exporting as much as the second and third producers produce. And in fact, the third largest exporter of rice is importing from us. So, as I said, it's not a small journey or a mean journey. And for 2021, that is this year, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, has projected global growth to recover from a very deep recession of minus 3.1% to 5.1%. There'll be growth after this pandemic. India is going to be the 6th largest economy of the world in 2021. And it will contribute at least 10% of global growth. The 4th global growth. So out of 5.9, 0.67 will come from India. So that's like a big 1/6, 1/7. So you can see that we are right out there, and we are going to be the fastest growing country in this world in terms of growth rates. This is the story of India since we became independent, and if you apply statistical tests, which are called Bicaron breakpoint test, they tell you whether there's a break, a structural break in the economists here will know what I'm talking about. Then you will detect 3 phases, and that dotted line over there, that is the trend line for each phase. So the first phase is the so-called Hindu rate of growth, the 3.5. And today, if you look back, our children won't remember, you will not remember, but they say that it was just a quirk because India adopted inward-looking policy. Had they decided to be outward-looking, the story would have been very different. So at the end of 70s, we had a young prime minister who was embarrassed by this great growth rate, and he pushed on various levers, and growth rose. But there was also successive liberalization and opening up in the period. So between 1980 and 2002, India lifted its growth to 5.5%. Okay, and since 2002 to today, the growth rate is close to 7%, 6.9%. And then came the pandemic, taking India down to minus 7.3, which is incidentally the deepest recession in the whole world. Only Peru went through a deeper recession. Okay. Now, if you look at the same thing into what is driving this process, and you will see that that green portion is the most dominant portion. And that is all of us, households. Households drive India's growth. That is what is called personal consumption, private consumption, which forms a part of GDP. And in fact, that accounts for 60% of GDP. It used to be 75% earlier. Those the red parts and the yellow parts are investment-led and export-led phases. But as you can see, they're not lasting too long. They come and go. But importantly, they provide turning points in the journey. Now, what we do is when we get this GDP data from official sources, we then take it into RBI and break it up into its, where did it come from? Did it come from capital? Did it come from labor? Did it come from efficiency? And so that graph shows you that the gray portion, which is capital accumulation, is the main driver of India's